Greetings, fellow mortals. Truth be told, horror isn't my favorite genre. When I know that something isn't real, I don't tend to feel scared because of it, whether it be a television show, a movie, or a video game. I know that no real people will be hurt, so I tend to analyze the story overall instead of feeling scared. My favorites are Haunting of Hill House, The Shining, and Silent Hill 2, respectively, and I always find the most real parts of those tales to be the most unnerving. All this isn't to say that I don't enjoy horror movies. Saw, Train to Busan, Final Destination, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Child's Play, Predator, Alien, Tremors, and many others. I do like those movies, I just don't find them scary. Instead, I'm more intrigued by the plot, the effects, the developments on the tropes, and characters. And if I left out your favorite movies, don't be mad. I always tend to like the first movie in a franchise, like Halloween. It's the sequels that I tend to have a problem with. You can feel the creativity drain from each follow up. They're created simply to make easy money. Not to say that I don't want art to make money, but I just want to feel the passion and interest from the creators in each project. You can tell when people are phoning it in, whether it be the writers, the actors, or the director, sometimes even the special effects. And I think that's a shame. Yes, the movie studios order the sequels because of the success of the original, but I don't think that gives artists the right to put in the most minimal effort possible. Why can't the sequels to horror movies be inspired? Why do we have to watch them ironically in order to enjoy them? I believe that any concept can work. Creators just have to put in the effort to make it work. The first example to come to mind is Saw. Why is it that the sequels fall apart after the first one? The Jigsaw saga could have been something great. With sequels and prequels, writers could have made the most of John Kramer's students and copycats. He could have had a massive agenda to fill. He wants to make a point and change the world before he dies. Each movie could fill in the pieces of the puzzle until you have the full picture. Instead, the creators shrugged and focused on weird death traps instead of an overarching story that recontextualizes the original. But maybe I'm just spoiled by Better Call Saul. Or look at Final Destination. Now, there's a concept that could be taken in a lot of unique ways. A group of people cheat death, then they have death chasing them to claim their souls. There are a lot of unique ways to make sequels about that. One of the stories could focus on one character that's always able to cheat death but ends up getting other people killed because of his desire to live. Another sequel could focus on a character who can only see other people's deaths and or fight to save people from the inevitability of death. Hell, there could be a sequel where a prison transport was supposed to crash. Everyone was supposed to die, but the prisoners escape instead. While free, they kill people and ruin lives. We could see the entire perspective from a guard's point of view as he realizes that he needs to die in order to stop these criminals. I'm just spitballing here. These aren't fleshed out ideas. I'm just saying that there could be creative ways to do these sequels. Change just enough to make it slightly different, but still give the audience what they want. That's something that some of the Predator sequels have actually managed to accomplish. Predator 2 and Prey did a great job showing the monster in different settings. The other sequels just fell apart because there was nothing unique about them. Of course, nothing is going to live up to the original, but that's okay. It's fine if a story is a proud 7 out of 10. They're still enjoyable, and I can respect a tale that knows what it is. Take, for example, Halloween 4. Okay, it's really schlocky, I get that, but it's still the best sequel out of all of them, mostly because of the ending which explores Michael's bloodlines. Friday the 13th could have had different people mimicking Jason for a wide variety of reasons as well. Nightmare on Elm Street could explore the concept of dreams more. Maybe have Freddy's abilities be copied by someone or an organization that can kill people wherever they want. Like I said, I'm just throwing ideas out here. It's not all concrete. I'd have to do a lot more thinking in order to make them good, but I'm just saying it's possible to be unique with these sequels. Of course, it could be that the studios don't want creativity. Maybe they're demanding the exact same thing as before. God knows that they keep making terrible decisions. Just look at Warner Discovery from this year alone. They've made bad choice after bad choice for a long time, so maybe they're just being stupid. Maybe they don't realize that they could make more money if they give artists more creative freedom. Let me use a previous example. Silent Hill 2 could very well be the best horror game ever made. It leaped off the original's concept into new territories of quality. Now, I realize the game is a little hard to play at this point, but I think that helps the feeling of weakness that the player is supposed to experience. It took the original concept of the Silent Hill town and expanded on it in a new direction. You could also use Resident Evil as an example of a series that has better sequels than the original. Of course, this is excluding the films, but we don't talk about those failures. If you look at just the games, I'm sure that most people would prefer Resident Evil 4 over the original. So, horror sequels can be great, especially if the creators take it in a new direction. Of course, maybe video games is just a different animal entirely. After all, those are major money investments by the audience. They have to have a working gaming system, have the money for the game itself, and the time to complete the entire story. In comparison, movies have a lot less investment in them from the audience. So maybe people are willing to expect less, especially if they don't have to pay a lot of money to watch it. So I think it comes down to us as the audience. Bad sequels are greenlit because we continue to support them. Once again, let's go to the Halloween series as an example. Originally, the movies were supposed to be completely different stories. They only went back to Michael Myers in Halloween 3 because the audience demanded it. And we have the power because we control where the money goes. I, for one, have no problem giving money to a piece of art that I enjoy. If a game like Elden Ring comes out, I want to pay full price for it just so that I can say, this is good, I want more of this. And I didn't feel bitter about buying everything everywhere all at once right before it became free on streaming because I want more movies like that. And the only way to get that is by supporting it financially. If we like something, we need to let the creators know. If we voice our opinion with our money, then the piece of art will be a success. Movie studios only care about cold, hard cash. If we take our money away when a product isn't quality, they won't make more of it. They'll make what we want. It's actually a pretty simple process. Now, you might argue that you don't have the money to fund everything that you like. I get it, life is expensive. All I'm saying is to not waste money or time on things that you don't like, even in the realm of streaming. After Haunting of Hill House, I was excited for Bly Manor, but then the first episode was super boring. I mean, I almost fell asleep, it was so bad. It felt completely different than the first series, so I stopped watching it. But maybe that's just me. I'm willing to drop any franchise if they burn me. I don't care about a possible Last of Us Part 3. I don't care to see a new Halloween movie. I don't support any of these terrible sequels and spin-offs because that's the control that I have over the media. I can ignore it, and so can you. Put your investment into things that you actually like. There's a lot of complaining about things out there, but then people still pay attention to it. They either give the story money or watch time, which in the age of streaming is the same. Hate watching is still watching. The companies still make money off of you. I think that actions are a lot more powerful than words. Let's require more from these movie studios than piles of garbage that they put out for us to consume. Demand that the creators actually try. Demand that the studios give creative control to the artists. And please don't fall for advertisements designed to make you mad. Whether the studios are trolling you or they just put out terrible content, don't give it attention. Let it die screaming in the wind where it deserves. Eventually, it'll fade away and be replaced by something else. Hopefully, something better. That way, we don't have to keep repeating this process. But what do you think? Do you think that my thoughts are wrong? Is there a better way to get content that you like? Do you just want to keep liking scary stories ironically? Leave a comment down below. I really want to hear your perspectives. And thank you so much for watching. If you like my takes on storytelling, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It would really help me out. Also, please remember that I'll be self-publishing my novel, Dance of Frozen Death, at the start of 2023. I hope that you will check it out. I appreciate you. Do not despair.